Welcome to all fours E-classes. I am Gopal Krishna, SL Botany. Now today we are going to discuss the lesson, the chapter that is enzymes. In this chapter, we are going to discuss what is the enzyme, nature of the enzymes, and type of enzymes and the mode of reactions. All these things we'll discuss today in this chapter. We know very well, all of you know very well, all enzymes are generally all enzymes are made up of proteins. Made up of proteins. You know very well, all of you. Made up of proteins. All enzymes are made up of proteins. So in proteins, what is there? The proteins generally, but all proteins are not enzymes, but all proteins are not enzymes. So, see the statement here, all enzymes are made up of proteins, but all proteins are not enzymes. Then what is there in the proteins? So, proteins are nothing but made up of with a group of amino acids. So these amino acids there are so many amino acids are there in the living system. These amino acids varies number of amino acids varies one enzyme to another enzyme. Means all enzymes are not having the same type and same number of amino acids. Different types of amino acids are there, different types of number is there. Is nothing but a polypeptide chain. We know very well polypeptide. These amino acids are formed into a polypeptide chain. So in the polypeptide chain, any amino acid you know very well. It consists of here, this is the carboxyl group is present and as well as NH3 is there and alkyl group is there, this one. This is the valency carbon with the alpha carbon with 4 valency positions are there, carboxyl group is there, amino group is present and always combined with this one another amino acid, they form a polypeptide chain. Like this you will find that here N place, here C here another amino acid R2, suppose alkyl group, and here carboxyl group is there, here hydrogen. So here they form a bond. This bond formed here by excluding the water during the formation of the peptide bond. So peptide bond formation which is going to takes place, bond formation here occurs by removal of one water molecule. You take any proteins, compulsory peptide bonds only present. So peptide bonds are here. In the case of enzymes also we can see there are number of amino acids may be present. Depending upon type of the enzyme, the number of amino acids are there, they form into a polypeptide chain with the peptide bonds are there. So how these enzymes are all, there are different types of protein structures we studied already in the biomolecules. So this is just like a enzyme, the enzyme like a protein of primary structure may be there. What is the meaning of primary structure? Nothing but we are calling as a primary protein or primary structures are there. What is the meaning here? Simply in the direction of CN direction, always carboxyl group and amino group. This direction only, these are all amino acids are all joined here in this case. left terminating with N, right with C and a carboxyl. But between these two, You will find the bond formation is called between the carbon and the nitrogen formation is there. This peptide bond formation is there, carboxyl group and amino group. So, these are all sequences are there like this continuously, just like a straight line. This is nothing but called as the primary proteins. So, enzymes may be primary proteins may be there, some of them may be there. Some of the enzymes may be proteins like primary structure with amino acids are like this. Here first amino acid, second, third, fourth, like this, so on. So, we can see that the primary structures, the primary protein with the number of amino acids straight their line. Similarly, some enzymes are also there, secondary structure is there. They are also called secondary, and as well as tertiary is also present. Secondary proteins are there and as well as tertiary proteins are also present. So, in the secondary proteins, you know very well, helical, that means it starts with N, same thing here, it is also starts with N. These are all here like maybe they are here in this manner like this, here C. This is secondary proteins. Primary proteins are straight, just amino acids or polypeptide chain formation. So, enzymes are also may be present in the form of like a simple protein, like a protein of primary structure, like secondary structure and tertiary structure. The tertiary protein structure you know very well, just like a coiled structures are there like this, woolen ball like. It starts with here, N here like this and end with here C like this. So, in this tertiary structure what we will find? In this tertiary structure of the protein, you will find that the crevices or grooves are also called pockets. Particularly in the enzymes of tertiary, see here, particularly in the case of tertiary proteins are there, in the tertiary protein, we will find that in tertiary protein, we can see the tertiary protein, it possesses where the coiling shows that coiling of these amino acids. What is that? Nothing but is amino acid. Here also amino acids. Amino acids are all amino acids, polypeptide chain. So, in tertiary protein also, the coiling of amino acids here, they shows this one pockets. They are called as the pockets. Pockets, leda grooves, they are called groove antam. This is called also groove or pockets. What we call is a groove or pockets. What is meaning here? That means here, suppose the groove is there here, maybe there, here, maybe there, here, maybe there. Like the grooves are there. Where these pockets or grooves, nothing but considered as the active sites of enzymes. Because we are considering that all enzymes are made up of proteins. So, protein is a tertiary protein with enzymic character is there. That means with the catalytic nature is there, with the pockets are there when tertiary protein observed. In the tertiary protein, the pockets are groove, it is called active sites where the substrate molecules are going to attach there. Substrate molecules are going to adhere these sites. This is called as the active sites of the enzymes where the substrate molecules are going to get attached during the reaction in this case. So, that is the reason we see that these proteins, we come to one conclusion that in these enzymes, they are nothing but made up of proteins. So, proteins law, that means you will find that primary is there, secondary is there, tertiary is there. And generally majority of the enzymes you will find that tertiary enzymes with the grooves or pockets are there, where these pockets or grooves are called nothing but active sites of the enzymes, where in these active sites the substrate molecules are going to fix there during the chemical reaction, they form the adherence or bond formation is there between them to further to continue the chemical reactions. So, that is the reason we can see that this is the nature of the enzyme. We came to know that the enzymes are all made up of proteins, like 3 types may be there in this manner like this. So, proteins are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are joined by the peptide bond formations are there. They are all peptide bonds. So, many number of amino acids formed into a polypeptide chain. So, in this way polypeptide chain formation is there in the group of amino acids. We will find nothing but is called as the one of the enzyme we will consider. But I said already in the beginning statement that all enzymes are, all proteins are not enzymes, but all enzymes are made up of proteins. Similarly, some of them are there, even nucleic acid also. Suppose you take in the case of nucleic acids also acts as an enzymes here. One of the nucleic acid, the nucleic acid particularly RNA, generally in the case of prokaryote we can see that one 23S rRNA. This is one of the catalytic of, this acts like a catalyst. This is one of the nucleic acid. Generally the prokaryotes during protein synthesis, we can see during the protein synthesis these catalysts are used. This is called as the ribozyme. It is called as the ribozyme. This is one of the enzyme in the nucleic acid. So nucleic acid slow also we can see one of this one is called as ribozyme, is one of the catalyst which acts like a catalyst during protein synthesis. Particularly in prokaryotes we can see this is the most useful, and this is one of the catalyst which acts like a catalyst in the nucleic acids. Now take this in the case of enzymes here. Generally enzymes what they are doing? They enhance the reaction to go further. That is a catalyst. Catalyst means which enzymes acting as a catalyst means which enhance the reaction to go further, to fasten the reaction rate, conversion of the substrates into products. We can see that there are varieties of enzymes are there. Some of them are inorganic is there. Inorganic catalyst. So another one is called the organic catalyst. You know very well inorganic and organic here. In the inorganic catalyst we can see that these are more stable at high temperature and as well as higher temperature and pressures. Higher temperatures and pressures low, it works as a catalyst. Higher, it's stable at higher temperature and as well as pressure. This one. So inorganic catalysts are there, but organic catalyst not like that. These are all acting as a catalyst. Organic catalyst acts as a catalyst at optimum temperatures and below 40 degrees centigrade only they will act. Why? Because this organic catalyst do not act as a catalyst above this one, because the protein structure will be denatured. The polypeptide chain between carbon, nitrogen like this one, carboxylic nitrogen like this, they will break. It is called denaturation. It is called as the denaturation. So denaturation of the proteins takes place in the case of this one. Particularly in the case of organic catalyst, we will find just below 40 degrees centigrade, maximum beyond 40 degrees centigrade, they cannot act as a catalyst. Means denaturation takes place. Denaturation means breaking of the polypeptide chain. The bonds present between these amino acids, the peptide bonds, that gets break. They will be break at the above this temperature. That is the reason below 40 optimum temperature for the organic one, but inorganic catalysts are even higher temperatures are there. They can act as a catalyst, higher temperature and pressures are also they will act. Some of the examples are there, even you can see some of the living organisms. Some living organisms which are exist in different climatic conditions, means in harsh conditions, like in the case of thermal vents. Suppose in the case of thermal vents, either in the desertic areas, because you know very well these temperatures are more, and very cool areas also, some of the places where some of the living organisms here, they withstand to in the desertic area, thermal vents, like hot springs in that area, the bacteria or whatever it may be, you see, they can 80 to 90 degrees centigrade temperature is there. In this also the enzymes acts as a catalyst at this temperature of higher temperature. Some of the exceptions are there like that, but generally you can see that the organic catalysts are there, which are at optimum temperature only, acts as a best catalyst in this case, and whereas inorganic catalyst can withstand to the higher temperature and as well as pressures, we can see this one. So this is the nature of this one, enzymes here like this. Now, so these enzymes, how these chemical reactions are going to be takes place. Let us see in the case of this chemical reactions here, we are going to take this one in the case of this one. Now next one here, chemical reactions. Chemical reactions. So there are so many chemical reactions are there. Generally, the enzymes acting as a catalyst. The enzymes are all acting as a catalyst. Enzymes acting as a catalyst in many number of biochemical reactions. In biochemical reactions, it's acting as a catalyst in living organisms. There are even simple to complex. From simple chemical reactions to complex reactions, you will find that the participation of the catalyst, that means the enzymes acting as a catalyst to promote the chemical reactions. So in this, there are some examples are there. You can take any example of the chemical reactions in this. Actually, there are two types generally we can see that one. One is here, generally in the case of physical changes are there. During this process of chemical reactions, physical changes takes place. The physical changes which are changing in the two forms. One physical change is altering the shape, changing the shape of the material, shape of the substrate without breaking the bonds. So without breaking the bonds, chemical bonds present between them, just only altering the shape of the substrate molecule or substance, whatever it is participated, is one of the physical change in the chemical reactions which is going to happen. Altering the shape of the substrate without breaking the bonds. Bonds remain as it is, but only shape is going to change in this case. Another form is there in the case of this one. By breaking the bonds, one form to the and substrate converts into one form to the another form. Another form. Here is the shape only changing, but substrate itself is going to alter one form to another form. This is the one of the changes what we can see, the physical changes what is going to happen in the chemical reactions. For example, you take very well substrates of, suppose ice is there, very well ice. Ice is one substrate, is going to convert into the water. Water is going to convert into the vapor. So, see, one form to another form they are going to change. So, but here altering the shape of the only substrate. Substrate is not going to metamorphosis. Substrate is not going to change. It is, you will find that ice solid form is there. It is the liquid form is there. It is a vapor form is there. Air, you can see this one. So, variation is there clearly, we can see that. The solid to liquid, liquid to vapor. But here, the altering the shape only. The physical shape only is going to change there. They are without breaking the bonds in these cases. But other chemical reactions are also there. Breaking the bonds also. Breaking the bonds and constructing the new one. Constructing the new bonds. So this is the one of the characters are there like this. For example, you take in the case of particularly barium hydroxide. Textbook, you can take any one of this one. Barium hydroxide H2SO4 is there and gives rise to, that means the barium sulfate, and as well as 2 water they are going to produce here. So here H2SO4 sulfuric acid and barium hydroxide is there. In this, the barium is going to react with, combine with this one, they break the bonds here, barium hydroxide, and breaking the bonds in the case of sulfuric acid and forming the new bond barium with the sulfate and hydrogen with the OH. As a result of that, you are going to get here in the case of this one barium sulfate and water you are going to get in this case. So in this way we can see that this is the chemical reaction breaking the bonds and forming the new substances. Like that, there are so many reactions are going to take place in the living system. There are so many biochemical reactions are there. So, some of them are changing the chemical reactions, altering the physical form. The shape of the physical form is going to change. Shape is only going to alter and changing the physical form, one form to another form. Some of them are here reactions here, breaking the bonds and the construction of the new bonds. Breaking the old bonds and between them and construction of the new bonds is going to be takes place. So, this is the what we can see in the case of chemical reactions, we will find like this one. So, now let us take the another one is their rate. Then how much they are going to rate they are going to take place in the chemical reaction, with what speed. If the velocity of the reaction is called, generally we can also consider velocity of the reaction if the specific direction is there. So, the rate of chemical reaction here can be measured as, okay now, the rate of reaction in specified time. That means here they are going to give the specified product they are going to give and give rise to the time here. That is called P and as well as T. And that means they are going to rate in what rate? In what rate the chemical reaction going to substrates are converting into the products. The substrates are going to convert into the products in this case. So, the rate of reaction, what we can see that in the case of this one, clearly we will find that the rate of product is formed in stipulated time. That means substrate is converting into products in stipulated time. That is only rate of chemical reaction. The velocity of the reaction also, we can also say this velocity, yes, we can say the velocity of the reaction. Velocity of the reaction also we can say. Okay, now, velocity of the reaction also we can say, but specific direction should be there. Specific direction. If the specific direction it is going to take place the chemical reaction, the rate of chemical reaction can be recognized, can be calculated or identified. So, those chemical reactions with a catalyst, without a catalyst, how they are acting, that we are going to discuss now. That means chemical reactions which are going to be takes place in different manner. There are chemical reactions going to take place. Some substrates are going to give rise to the product by single step. In this case, by single reaction, the substrate molecule is going to give rise to the product. Okay. Here is the only one enzyme is used as a catalyst. Some of the chemical reactions are there. To convert the substrates into the products here, 10 intermediate may be there or more than that may be there. Many number of intermediate reactions may be takes place to give rise to the product. Sometimes, in some of such in metabolic pathway, this is called metabolic pathway, nothing but biochemical reactions, what we are calling as a metabolic pathway. In this metabolic pathway, sometimes the chemical reaction which is going to be happen, substrate to the products by single step by using only one catalyst. Sometimes substrate is going to give rise to the product in 10 or more than that, any number of more than one. Intermediary, they are called as the intermediary. These intermediary products are forming but unstable. They are going to give rise to the product. For example, you study the case of glycolysis in respiration. In glycolysis chemical reaction, you know very well, the glucose molecule is going to converted into the pyruvic acid. In this pyruvic acid, you will see that 10 reactions are going to take place. 10 intermediate reactions are there. Some of the chemical reactions, the 10 steps, more than one, many number of chemical reactions may be takes place, metabolic pathway takes place by single enzyme or sometimes different enzymes also. For example, in the case of glucose molecule conversion, we studied that the pyruvic acid which is formed here, 10 intermediary products are coming and changed, they are unstable. Different types of 10 varieties of enzymes are utilized in the respiration. In the glycolysis process where the glucose is converted into the pyruvic acid, it occurs in 10 stages, reactions are going to be happen. After 10 reactions, 10 intermediary products are going to alter, gives rise to last product pyruvic acid. 10 varieties of enzymes are using in this case. So in such a way that in a metabolic pathway there are number of biochemical reactions which are going to be happen either by single reaction, the substrate is going to go as the product, either by the substrate going to product by the many number of reactions, many number of intermediate reactions going to take place. So in this way there are different varieties of chemical reactions are going to be takes place in the living organisms, but all biochemical reactions are catalyzed. Without catalyst the reactions may not take place properly because the rate of reaction varies. Even the simple reactions are there. You take simple reactions, suppose carbon dioxide, textbook is given carbon dioxide react with water, it is going to produce here H2CO3, that means carbonic acid is going to come. This carbonic acid in the presence of enzyme called as the carbonic anhydrase. This carbonic anhydrase is enzyme is used. Without this they cannot convert. Even simple reactions also they require the catalyst to convert this to the products. So similarly there are some organic reactions are there, like organic reactions, glucose molecule is going to convert it to pyruvic acid, but 10 steps are there. So in this way we can see that in a chemical reactions here we will find that any chemical reaction either simple or complex, the compulsory catalyzed by the enzymes, like carbonic anhydrase is there. Not only when zinc is used here as a metal ion cofactor. Some of the enzymes are there, metal ions are there associated with them. Without these metal ions, they cannot be catalyzed with proper reactions here. So these are the different types of chemical reactions are going to take place in the living organisms. Nothing but one form to another form. Chemical reaction is nothing but what is that? One form to the another form. Is nothing but metabolism. Metabolism constituted with catabolism and anabolism. This is the anabolic process, construction of the materials, and catabolic process, breakage. So both these put together called metabolism. We know very well. These metabolic process which are biochemical reactions which are going to take place without a catalyst, how they are taking place, with a catalyst how they are taking place, we are going to discuss in the next session, coming session we are going to discuss this one. These are the varieties of the chemical reactions. Okay, good day.